And then notice also the word way. I will run in the way of your commandments. The psalmist doesn't say, I'll run in whichever direction seems right to me. I'll run in whichever way feels good in the moment. He says, I'll run in the way that you have defined. And again, this is perhaps one of those really countercultural claims in the Bible, because our culture around us assumes that the good life is found by creating your own path. Right? We're told that authenticity means looking inward and, discovering your truth. You do you. Chart your own course. The highest moral authority becomes self. But Psalm 119, it speaks with a different voice. It assumes that there is a way, a real one, a God-given way, a way that's not invented, but that's been revealed to us. And the psalmist doesn't resent this. He's actually celebrating it. He says, in effect, there's a path, and I want to run it. I want to be on that path, eagerly. Again, that's a bit of a reversal of how we think about commands. We often assume God's commands restrict freedom. But the psalmist sees that God's commands, they're a road worth running on. And yet there's something else you must notice. The psalmist doesn't just say, I'll walk. He says, I'll run. Running, it suggests eagerness and readiness and a sense of urgency. It reminds us of language used elsewhere in Scripture, like the author to the Hebrews. In Hebrews 12, verse 1, let us run the race that is set before us with endurance. To run is to move with intention. It's to press forward. But if we're honest, sometimes that kind of language might make us feel uncomfortable because many of us don't feel like runners. The psalmist is painting a contrast between what we often experience and the life that God intends for us to have. And you know what? This image of running, it also exposes something deeper about the heart. Listen, people run towards what they love. No one has to convince a child to run towards an ice cream. No one has to convince a child to run towards a parent they adore, or a gift that they can't wait to open, or to run towards whatever it is that brings them delight. But when the heart is disengaged, the feet kind of feel a bit slow when my heart's not there. And this is what the psalmist language is showing us. He's not describing external conformity, right? On the outside, I'm doing the right stuff. He's describing a joyful pursuing, running. It suggests the commandments of God have become something more than just rules to obey. They've become a path that the soul actually wants to follow.